Ever since I was a teenager, zombies have been a pretty prevalent topic in my life. But I've started to notice that they all kind of look like this. Since we haven't really had a huge zombie outbreak, I understand there's going to be components of this that can't be firmly established, like the specific disease and how the bodies are reanimated. However, there are stages in the decomposition process that I feel like need to get a little bit more play, which is why I give you the 4 zombies you're more likely to see in the wild. First up, we have Morty, aka Liver Mortis. When the heart stops beating and the blood stops pumping, gravity starts to take in. This is usually the stage where zombies get that wonderfully pale complexion. As the blood vessels start to deteriorate, blood's going to start seeping through, and it's going to be pulled wherever gravity wants it to. I want you to try something with me. Put a bit of pressure on the back of your hand and hold it for about 5 seconds. When you pull away, you'll see a bit of discoloration from where your fingers were. Now, the difference between you and a zombie is you still have blood circulation. So when you pull away, that blood's going to come right on back to where you were pressing. Whereas it's not going to do that for them. The scenario I see happening is as those zombies are walking, all that blood starts to get pulled down to their feet. And then you're going to have giant, sweltering blood feet that'll eventually burst. Bachelor number 2 is Bloats My Goats. I don't know if it's entirely appropriate for me to say that this is my favorite zombie, but this is my favorite zombie. So the next stage is where gases start to build up and bloating's gonna occur. If you've ever driven down an interstate, I'm sure you've seen roadkill and know exactly what this stage looks like. In many cases, the pressure actually starts to make fluid come out of all the different orifices. And some body parts actually bloat more than others, particularly the tongue and the lips, which means you have a zombie sticking his tongue out. I mean, as far as zombies go, it's kind of the cutest thing ever. Zombie number 3 is Danny DeGlover. The first time I ever heard about degloving, it was in my physical anthropology class, and I was having my morning Hot Pocket and Red Bull. I may have thrown up. When you're alive, your cells keep the enzymes in your body in check. Once you die, those enzymes go nuts, and they start breaking everything down. So the fluid from the cells starts to seep out, and sloughage occurs. The best part is, it usually happens in giant sheets. The term degloving comes from the fact that if you're really careful, you can kind of pull the layer of the hand off, and then you can put your hand in it. This method is usually used to fingerprint a body, which I don't think you need to do with zombies. I may know a lot about this subject, and am therefore starting to get off topic. So let's bring it on back with zombie number 4. I call this one Mr. Juicy. This one's pretty self-explanatory. We've already established the blood sinking down, the enzymes taking over, everything's just kind of at this point. I mean, if you kind of envision someone after a really rough Saturday night, and you've got just like snot dripping out and like fluids everywhere, and they're probably all from his stomach, but maybe not. Basically, at this point, everything has started to deteriorate and started to liquefy, and it's just everywhere. But this is also where things get interesting. Depending on the environment, this is where the zombie could either liquefy and turn to mush, or he could mummify. And then we're just getting into an entirely different Boris Karloff film. So now that we've discussed some of the basic stages that occur after death, I want you to leave a comment below telling me the habitat/environment you'd want to be in during a zombie apocalypse, and what your go-to weapon is. Oh, that's me. I'm making squeaky noises.